My name is David. I'm recording this on my phone for anyone who comes across it. I have no signal and 8% battery left. All my friends are gone, and there's been something hunting us. I'm hiding in a bunch of rocks that I was able to squeeze in. I'll try my best to say everything, but I don't know how much time I have. I think it's still coming. This all started when we were hiking, and we set up camp and we heard the sound of an animal crying. We all looked at each other and agreed to follow the sound, but when we got there, the sound seemed to just bounce off the trees echoing around us. We stood there, looking at each other for probably no less than 10 seconds before Matt was just grabbed and pulled up to the sky. Before he could even scream, the trees were filled with this piercing siren that made our ears ring, unable to hear anything. I was able to look up and I saw this towering thing hold up Matt I can't even tell you what it was. It looked like a horn or speaker. I don't know. I could see Matt screaming, but I couldn't hear anything. The rest of us, we started running. I turned to look back, and as I did, I saw Matt's body slam to the floor with his eyes, ears, and mouth pouring blood. I turned away and we kept running. We ran, but it was no use because that thing was covering at least 20 feet with each step. My hearing started to slowly come back, and I kept yelling at my girlfriend to hurry. But I think she couldn't hear me. I yelled at her to hurry, but it was no use. I saw these huge, bony hands grab her, dwarfing her body. I screamed for her, and the siren started blaring again. I covered my ears this time, and it helped a little. But I stood there and watched that thing carry her up to its horn. That's when I saw these disgusting teeth with rotting gums inside. And before I could think, it bit her head off and kept biting and tearing. Our friend Sarah grabbed my arm, screaming at me that there's nothing we could do for her, and we kept going. She was right. It wasn't tailing us anymore. And I think it's because it was eating her. Let's go, come on. I broke down and cried onto Sarah, and she urged me to get up and keep running, but I couldn't. I threw up and I looked at her, telling her to just leave me. But then we heard Matt's voice. Then Hannah. Sarah and I didn't know what to do and we froze. Their voices got louder. They were saying, "Can we go home? Come on guys, stop hiding. This isn't funny. Where are you?" But something was wrong. Their voices sounded fuzzy or weird. I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't them. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. Sarah and I were looking at each other, still frozen, when Hannah's voice said, "Oh, there you guys are. What are you doing?" And before we could do anything, I noticed the tree we were hiding next to was moving. I looked up and saw what was chasing it. Its body was like a mummified corpse infused around rusty metal, wires going up to its neck to those fucking speakers on what I think is its head. I stared at it crying, and Hannah's voice came from those horns again. It was using her voice. Sarah yelled at me to get up and run, but it grabbed her. I could hear her ribs and spine breaking when it clenched its bony hands around her. I didn't look back this time. I just kept running. I think I've been running for hours now. I stopped here because I don't know what to do. I don't know where else to go. I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you. I love you.